performance in the second half seemed to be very encouraging. Jesse seemed very happy with it. What were your thoughts from your perspective?
It's bittersweet looking at the result because the guys really put it out on the line. We did everything according to the way that we wanted, hoping to get that second goal late, and it just didn't work out for us. But when I look back at the individual performances, some guys tasting the playoffs for the first time and you'd have no idea because of the fearlessness and the tenacity that they showed on the field. So for that part of the victory, you think, well, Red Bull's got a bright future. You look at just the young foundation and a lot of the players through the homegrown system that's been of great success. They'll continue to come back and make a difference. And then even the way that the veterans laid it on the line, it's just really too bad that it didn't work out for us, but it comes back to the entirety of the series. And when I think of that first game at home, there were two plays that didn't go our way, and in the end, because of that, we get punished for it.
Obviously, it's a playoff game, and both teams' seasons are on the line. It seemed particularly chippy, that game. Did it seem that way to you? I mean, was that just a regular playoff game? I don't know.
The playoffs definitely exaggerate it. They bring a different element to it, more emotion, because there's a lot on the line. They want to win as bad as we do. The way that it went down tonight was a bit strange, for a guy to come in and feel like he got tackled by someone not quite as big as him, and then stand over him as if he's going to impose his will on him, and then all of a sudden another guy comes and he falls down. I just feel like there's really no need for that. And then for it to escalate the way that it did in the tunnel at halftime is really too bad, because I know that the viewers want to see the best players out there, and that's one element of the playoffs when it comes to the emotional side that you have to be able to withstand. And I felt like we did that in the second half, and if anything, we put them on the back foot constantly, and we had the better chances. And it's just too bad that we couldn't get that second goal, because it really would have been interesting how it would have finished out if we could have got that second goal and they have to start throwing numbers forward.
One more question. Obviously, there was you've got a bright future, a good foundation. I mean, what is other things does this team need to take the next step next season?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm more reflective than evaluatory. And when you say you've got a bright future, I hope personally I do have a bright future, and I hope that it includes more playoff games and maybe one day winning a championship and being crowned a champion. But what I was speaking to is this organization, because of their commitment to developing talent at the youth level, and it's an ongoing thing. You start to see some of the byproduct of that. And for the guys to come out to the field today the way that they had is pretty remarkable. And it bodes well for the future, because you know that those guys are going to continue to be a core of what's going on here going forward. And I just hope that I get to be a part of it.
Toronto only had a couple chances tonight. Obviously, a young group ahead of you on defense, a little bit of formation change. How do you think all of that sort of played into what you guys were working on this week as part of your game plan?
The back line was brilliant. The way that they're able to neutralize Josie. I know he had the one chance early on where he got around the corner. Giovinco had a chance right towards the end that I was able to get a hand on, that they called it a goal kick. But that was about it. Because of the way that the guys played, they were so organized, and a huge part of that goes to Damien and Aaron, the guys in the middle, the way that they were able to step up their game today. I mean, Aaron was absolutely brilliant, just the way he was tracking Giovinco on both sides of the field, the way he kept his feet. He didn't allow him to do him dirty in any sense. And then, of course, the veteran leadership that comes with Damien. The guys on the side were great. Kamar, Amir, just bright futures for both of them. And it's really been an incredible opportunity, and I feel very blessed to be able to be their teammate. And I think that's really the tough part about it, is you see our group and you see it's a special group of guys. There's a lot of character, a lot of quality, and you're hoping that you could progress further. This is my 6th playoff season, and unfortunately for the 6th time, it ends a little too early, not really where we want to be. And I know at this point of the season, it gets very difficult, because when the technical staff starts looking at the future and they start making decisions, they have to think about the best interests of the organization. And it's pretty advantageous for them that they can start by looking at that young core and look at those guys and say, okay, these guys, they've got guts, they've got quality, they've got character. we can build around these guys. And I think the organization and the fan base should be very, very optimistic and excited to see these guys grow into the players that they can be. And I'm excited to see, as they grow, not only how they lift up the New York Red Bull organization, but also the U.S. national team and their own respective national teams. I'm really excited to see some of them go in and make a difference. And obviously, as a teammate, you feel privileged to be in this situation, and I give everything I can for these guys, and I want to encourage them the best that I can. But then also there's a part of me just as a fan that is excited for them individually and just collectively for the organization.
Looking back on the year, how would you evaluate sort of how your and Aaron relationship sort of, as one of the main center backs that pretty much in there every game, how did that sort of progress throughout the year, and how do you think he sort of blossomed as the year went on?
I think everyone from the outside, there's no way they could have predicted how good Aaron Long would be this year. And what's funny is, in the offseason, when I spoke to the coaching staff about what our options are at center back, they did, which is pretty remarkable. They knew that they had a stud center back. They knew that this was the type of guy that they could build a defense around. Mm-hmm. And you see there's definitely a growing curve. And his wasn't so steep. Of course, making the switch from high press, 4 in the back, to 5 in the back to 4 in the back, you see his aptitude, you see his ability, and at the end of the day, you just see a great player. And I know going forward, the organization has got to be very excited to have him leading the back for years to come.
And just finally on you, this was your 201st game across all competitions for the New York Red Bulls. How does that sort of feel for you? 200 last game, 201, and hopefully many more. What's that like for you at this organization?
When I think of 201, I can't help but feel grateful. Grateful for an organization that took a chance on me and continued to believe in me at times when maybe they shouldn't have. And I just hope that one day I can repay them in the ultimate way, to help them win a championship. Unfortunately, this year is not the year. And as they evaluate the future, I hope that they put enough trust in me going forward that I can continue to lead the troops and that I can do what's necessary to help us get over the hump and allow this organization to one day lift the cup. And if they don't, that's something I have to deal with. It's part of the nature of the business. But I hope, looking back, I left this place better than I found it. I hope that I imparted in some way to some of the young guys professionalism and character in a way that allows them to see what it takes to be successful at this level. But we'll see. I hope there are brighter days in the future.
Thanks.
No problem, guys.